Hi friends. What do you do when you see an elderly person's health declining, but the person responsible for them isn't seeking medical care? Are you also aiding in the neglect of the senior by not doing more or calling the authorities? That's exactly what this case is about. Let me share the details because elder abuse matters. This case comes from an email sent by the niece of the victim. Hi Lolli. My Aunt Sandra was a victim of elder abuse and died soon after it was discovered. She was only 73 years old last May when her daughter's boyfriend called the police to report the abuse. His name is Jim, and he seemed to be aware of how bad Aunt Sandra's condition was and couldn't take it anymore. When the police arrived, they found her emaciated and with bed sores. Her teeth had fallen out, and she had urine on her nightgown and in the bed sheets. Jim told the police that while he changed Aunt Sandra's diapers, it was his girlfriend Jenna that was responsible for all her care. My cousin Jenna is 43 years old and lived with her mom and Jim in her mom's house. The police immediately charged Jim with a neglect charge as he was aware the senior was deteriorating and didn't do anything until she was severely ill. Aunt Sandra was sent to the local hospital, who said she weighed only 69 pounds, though she was 5 feet tall. She was also completely dehydrated, she had poor kidney function, and she hadn't been bathed in a few weeks. It took 3 weeks for the police to find Jenna, who was avoiding them. Apparently, she is fighting cancer and was trying to finish her treatments before turning herself in, as she was sure that she would also be arrested for elder abuse. She admitted that she was responsible for her mom's care and Jim wasn't, and that her mom had refused to eat much or get out of bed for a few months. As Jenna was trying to deal with her own cancer diagnosis, she was not caring properly for her mom's health. Police charged Jenna with neglect of an older person resulting in substantial bodily harm, and she was found guilty and sentenced to 2 years in jail and 3 years probation. The neglect charge against Jim was amended to a charge of failure to report neglect of an older person, and he was given a sentence of 1 year's probation and no jail time. And sadly, Aunt Sandra never recovered from her neglected condition. She died in hospital 10 weeks after being admitted. There was no funeral or celebration of life, as Jenna said she couldn't deal with it emotionally, on top of her cancer issues and the legal situation she was facing. Well, friends, as you can see, boyfriend Jim was put in a precarious position. Does he push his cancer-diagnosed girlfriend to provide better medical care for her mom? Or does he attempt to provide that care when it's not his responsibility? Or does he turn a blind eye to this neglect until it's too late? Obviously, he chose the latter and ended up being charged by police. If only he had called them sooner, maybe Aunt Sandra would be alive and even thriving. And Jenna's excuses were just that, excuses. She could have found more care for her mom despite her own cancer diagnosis. There must have been some family member, a friend, or a neighbor to ask for assistance in getting her mom help. And even if there's not that, then there's a social worker where she would have been getting her cancer treatments who could have intervened. And Sandra's refusal to eat much or get out of bed didn't mean that Jenna could just stop caring too. The caregiver must be responsible, regardless of the senior's wishes. What do you think of this situation? Did you feel any sympathy for Jim or for Jenna? Should Jim have been able to plea bargain to a lesser charge and not get jail time? Should Jenna have been further charged with some type of murder-related crime, as Sandra passed only 10 weeks after the abuse was reported? Let us know in the comments below. And let's hope that abuse cases are reported immediately so our seniors are not left without care, because elder abuse matters. Friends, our goal here is to share abuse cases so that you'll know that you are not alone if you are suffering from elder abuse. We hope that it's therapeutic to hear other stories, and it may also be helpful to anonymously share your own story of abuse on this channel and help others. Just check the show notes below to find out how. And don't forget to check this channel's playlists if you want to listen to similar types of abuse cases. And finally, consider subscribing now to grow the channel so that together we can reduce the abuse, because elder abuse matters. Please stay safe, seek help, and know that I am praying for you.